Yeah. So today's class is going to be about a lip care workshop. So when I say lip care, it is not a basic one. It is a more advanced version of a lip care class. So I think you have attended my previous classes, so you might be wondering what is the big or major difference between the last class that we attended and this class. So in this class, what you're having is a complete dupe of a hi-fi brand, of a hi-fi market product, which is actually really trending today in the market. Okay. And first, the second most thing is the other class of whatever lip lightening class which you have attended, it will majorly have the regular ingredients. When I say regular ingredients, some a very basic ingredient. Again, not basic. It is again an advanced recipe. When I say basic ingredients, see there are two categories where I can where I can segregate these ingredients list as in. So what are those? There are two types of advanced ingredients. Advanced ingredients, one, which fall under the category of very expensive category. The next advanced ingredients which fall under the economic category. So professional advanced ingredients are there and economical advanced ingredients are there. So my the last previous classes, what I had yes, sorry. So yeah, what was I telling? Yeah, the advanced and the two types of ingredients, which falls under professional category. The other one which falls under economic category. Okay. See, that is what is the major difference. Here again we are doing the advanced formulations, but the only difference here is we are using the not the economic category of ingredients, rather we are using the professional category of ingredients, which will make the overall product expensive. Okay, because the other things whatever you have learned will be effective, will be it is all an advanced formula, yet it falls under your economical range where you will be able to sell it at an affordable range, let's say. Okay, because everybody cannot afford professional products. Why? Because professional products are expensive. Why are they expensive? Because of their ingredient list. Likewise, this is going to be one such category. Okay, so the ingredients of choices here are a little more expensive when compared to your other classes. That is a major difference first. Second thing is not only about the changes of ingredients, but the feel they give on the skin, but the result they give on the skin is very similar to that brands which is out there. Okay, so probably at the end of the session I will tell you which brands which are the brands we have taken into consideration before formulating this. I will tell you at the end of the session. Now first let's start up with the intense moisturizing lip balm with hyaluronic acid, basically. So this is a new trend where we are introducing hyaluronic acid in it. That's it. If you know a basic formula, even that formula you can use and just introduce your hyaluronic acid, but it doesn't work that way. Okay. So here, when I say intense moisturizing lip balm, normally your lip balm lasts for how many hours? 2 to 3 hours is the maximum lasting capability of a normal lip balm I'm talking about. Again, so let me be more specific. I'm just talking about a regular lip balm, which is, probably 150 rupees or 200 rupees or 250 rupees. It'll all last till, it's all good. It's not that it is all bad. But the lasting of it is 2 to 3 hours maximum. After that, you'll have to reapply. So what difference does this make? This lip balm can at least last for you for 3 to 5 hours. Again, I will not promise 5 hours. I can promise you up to 4 hours it will last. 5 hours, it will definitely last for those who use it along with the sleeping mask. Because again, your lips will be moisturized at the night very well. So next day morning when you're applying the lip balm, it can keep your lips moistured for a longer period of time, basically. So these lip balms have a longer period of moisture strength on your lips. That is, they can keep your lips moisturized for a longer period of time. That's what makes the major difference. First thing. Okay, so how does that make it last longer? Because of the choice of ingredients that we are going to take. What does a basic lip balm have? A basic lip balm has oils, butters, waxes. That's it, nothing else. So sometimes you may add some colors, and sometimes you also add some fragrances in order to make it colorful and smell good. Am I right? This is all a lip balm is. This lip balm will last just maximum 2 to 3 hours. Whereas these intense lip balms last up to 4 to 5 hours. Again, 4 hours, I can assure you, 5 hours, even 6 hours they can last. But it again depends on your skin. If you have an extremely dry lips, then probably 4 hours is the best it can last. But if you are maintaining your lips moisture well, just like the pH balance of your skin, just like that hydration of your skin, if you are maintaining the same way you maintain your skin, you'll have to maintain your lips as well. When I'm talking about the hydration part, I'm talking about the pH part. Okay, that is really important. See, when you don't maintain that hydration in your lips, that's when you get a lot of cracks. So there are a few people, who get back to me and say, I have nice, beautiful pink lips, or a lips which does not have any dark shades or anything as such, but I have a lot of wrinkles on them. So how do I avoid that? So have you ever noticed why these wrinkles? Yes, of course, everybody will have wrinkles on the lips. It's not that if you see some celebrities who will not have wrinkles, they have some fillers. That's why they don't have wrinkles. So please don't assume those are the natural lips. They're definitely not natural lips. But there are natural lips with lesser wrinkles. How do you achieve that? In order to get rid of those wrinkles, to try to get that fine, smooth texture on your lips, moisturizing your lips is really important. Only when your lips are dry, they tend to get dehydrated. What happens to a dehydrated grapes? It's just a simple example. A grapes which does not have any wrinkles on it, which is so beautiful to see, a nice and a smooth texture. What happens when it is dehydrated? It gets darker. That's why your lips are darker when it is dehydrated, and it is also not smooth. So now we are understanding, right, why your lips get darker. You might be having this thing, whenever I exfoliate my lips, the next day it's really good, but then later again it gets darker, and then it has this dryness. Why is it? That's purely because of these reasons. You're getting my point now. So this is a simple example where you can understand this. Okay, please turn on your cameras. Who isn't turned on your cameras? There are hardly 5 to 6 participants. If you all turn off your cameras, I don't think the class is going to be interesting. No? Let me not watch myself and talk. If I have some participants where I can see you guys nodding and shaking your head, it's much more interactive for me to talk more. Otherwise, if I feel boring, I will just stop to the point and finish the class and wind away. So just turn on your cameras. Even if I have 2 participants, I'm more than happy. Ones who can turn on your cameras and sit so that I have this visual conversation with them, right? If you're not comfortable turning on your cameras, please leave the session. You always will get the recording, sit and watch it. So there is nobody to tell you to turn on your cameras when you're watching a recording. All right, thank you. Okay, so like I was telling, this is a simple example. So if you take a grapes, you can see the difference between that grapes when it is not dehydrated and when it is fresh. So when your lips get dehydrated, when your lips are not hydrated well, when they don't have that moisture, when the pH balance is not there, it tends to get dry. That's when it gets cracks. Cracks are the next level. That is, it shrinks, causing those wrinkles in your lips. First thing. Second thing, because of the shrinkage, it becomes darker. So your lips' natural color turns a little more darker. Third thing, you get you're accumulating a lot of dry cells on your lips. Fourth step is going to be cracks. So when you're getting cracks or all that, that is the fourth step of dehydration. So first itself, your lips will show to you. That is, it becomes wrinkly. So the slight wrinkleness which you see on your skin is the first step that you need to understand. Your skin needs moisture, it needs water. You need to protect this barrier of your lips. When you don't protect the barrier of your lips, wrinkle starts, then it becomes darker, more drying happens, you get cracks. So it becomes darker as well. So these are the steps how your lips change from a very good lips. See, only if you maintain a nice moisture, your lips will look plumpy. So night sleep mask when you wear, normally when you see lip sleeping mask, there's also a word which says lip plumbing mask, sleeping lip plumbing mask. So have wondered what is that plumbing? So they basically don't add any other extra ingredients for that plumpiness of your lip, just a moisture. That good moisture, because there will be n number of moisturizing ingredients which will refresh your complete lips and cells, that they will be so hydrated. The next day morning they will look so plumpy. Again, I'll give the same dried grapes as the example. So take the dehydrated grapes, soak it into water overnight. Next morning, how does it look? It's all filled with that moisture, and again it doesn't retain the color, but yet it will look plumpy. Am I right? You get the point. So how your lips will looks plumpy the next morning when you use a plumbing sleep mask or whatever it is. Basically, it does not have any extra ingredient to plump your lips or to make your lips nice and bubbly and all. Moisture. Simple thing that you need to understand. This science, when you understand, you're able to treat your lips. But this science, majorly nobody understands. See, since I took an example of a grape, now we are able to visualize it, right? So this knowledge, a lot of the common people will not have. And that is a plus point for the brands to promote their products. This is all marketing strategy, just with different names. But again, even though they are selling with different names, yet they have good ingredients in their products. That is also a major, right? So you'll have to understand these are the things you need to keep in mind whenever you're formulating any lip care product for that matter. Let it be a lip balm, lip serum, lip scrub, mask, lip cream, lip butter, whatever lip XYZ thing is that basic thing you need to keep in mind is the more moisturized or moisturizing ingredients or esters or humectants your product has, so many your lips are going to just show their results even without any other XYZ ingredients. Basically, this is a major thing you need to make sure you add up in your lip care ingredients. Okay. So like I was telling, this lip balm, so intense moisturizing lip balm, that's why it has that name, intense moisturizing basically. So 4 to 5 hours. So if you have some extreme dry lips, like I was just telling, probably it will take some time for your lip to adjust, regain that moisture and keep yourself plump. So what happens is when you have the stock of moisture, when the lips has that stock of moisture, when you have a dry skin, for example, you keep moisturizing, probably for 1 week, you might not see much difference, but probably after 1 week, you might feel your skin is changing. Same thing happens with your lips as well. So probably if you have an extreme dry lips, probably first 4 hours, it might be hydrating, and then you may have to reapply your lip balm. And then as you go, see, for me and all, if I apply a lip balm in the morning, not 6 hours, up to 7 hours, I don't have to reapply because my lips are it is moisturized. I ensure that I apply a sleeping mask at the night. Just like my skincare routine when I do, you all probably when you're doing your skincare routine, what is the thing you do? You will apply a lip balm and go to bed. So instead of a lip balm, I just apply a lip cream or a lip butter. So whatever is in the recipe, very similar to that. I have one of my formula which I use basically. A simple thing. What is its constitutions? Only moisturizing ingredients, esters, to keep my lip moisturized. So since I have made that a habit. My lips are well moisturized. So morning, if I apply 7 o'clock a lip balm, I reapply it only by 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Probably 1 o'clock after my lunch, I reapply it. So I'm having that moisture effect so long. But normally with your normal lip balm, what happens? 2 hours or 3 hours maximum, you may have to reapply because your lips will feel dry. Especially if you're sitting in AC and all, no, you definitely have to reapply after 2 hours because your lips will start to get dry because you get dehydrated. Don't assume that if you sit in AC, you will not. You may not feel like drinking water, but you are getting dehydrated there. Actually, to be honest enough. Okay. So these lip balms are good, but in order, again, like I said, like your skincare regime, we need to follow your lip care also. So lip care is really simple. If you're using a lip scrub, scrub your lips thrice a week. If you're going to use a lip peel, which I'm going to teach you in this class, use it only twice a week, and do not scrub your lips when you're using a lip peel. Please keep this in mind because you're doing chemical exfoliation already. So physical exfoliation is not required. There are two types of exfoliations. One is chemical exfoliation, one is physical exfoliation. Chemical exfoliation is using chemicals that we try to remove the dead layer of your skin. Physical exfoliation is just by using your scrubbing agents and exfoliating. So either one of it you should do. If you're doing chemical exfoliation, twice a week is more than enough. If you're doing physical exfoliation thrice a week, chemical exfoliation twice a week. 2 times a week for chemical exfoliation, 3 times a week for physical exfoliation. So don't overdo any of it. Not good. Okay. Well, probably I will talk more about the exfoliation part when we are doing the lip peel. Let's stick on to the lip balm for now. So what is the content of the lip balm? Carbona wax, 10%. Now you will be wondering, ma'am, normally beeswax is the majority of, as soon as we say lip balm, what comes in your mind? Beeswax, shea butter or cocoa butter, some oil, that's it. Right? Because we've been using that. So here we are using carbona. Now, don't assume that I have to use carbona only, or I cannot use beeswax, or beeswax is not good. You don't have to assume that way. You can, if you, from whatever I have given, if you want to change a small percentage of the waxes, you can definitely change. But whatever I have given actually is based on this, that is for the moisture purpose, to keep the moisture for a longer period of time. That's it. So keeping that into consideration, I have chosen the waxes in percentage. So it doesn't mean that I cannot use beeswax or it is not good and all. Okay. And yes, of course, this formula is going to be waterproof. It is waterproof because we have some choices of waxes which are very good for waterproofingness. So that is one main reason why these lip balms will last longer. Unlike your normal lip balms, like when you use your normal lip balm, they are actually semi-waterproof. I can say semi-waterproof because the content of your beeswax will make it a little waterproof. But again, beeswax also is not that good waterproofing agent. Okay, when compared to the other waxes of choices that we have taken. So it probably gives only semi-waterproof. That is why you tend to eat away the lip balm, or it goes away, whenever you're talking, walking, or whatever you're doing. That's why the moisture is only for a smaller period of time. Whereas here, the choice of waxes we have taken. See, if at all you're aware of microcrystalline wax, I have told you, it is one of the very good wax which is 100% waterproofingness. It will give you 100% waterproofness. That is very good in giving that waterproof texture to any of the product for that matter, not only lip balm, any anhydrous product that you use. And what is more better than microcrystalline wax is going to be your ozaritic wax. Okay, they are pronounced in 2-3 different ways. So however you are comfortable, you can. And there is candela wax, carbona wax. So candela and carbona, in that candela is a strong wax, just like your beeswax. Beeswax is a very strong wax. Okay. See, I think you are all aware about this. I'm not sure. Since this is an advanced class and I did not go too deep about the basic things about the waxes. I believe you all are aware about, not all waxes are same in that strength. See, if at all you're going to use beeswax at 5% and you're using carbona wax for the same formula, you might have to use 10% because beeswax is more so stronger or solid in nature when compared to carbona wax. Likewise, if you're taking candela wax, you need to just take half the quantity of beeswax because it is again more, it gives you more hardness and stiffness for the product. Okay, so these are some basic things that I think if you have attended my previous lip care classes, I would have explained, I would have given the details about this. If not, it's very simple. Just Google up, you'll find all the information, not a big task. Okay. But why I'm telling this is you might have to understand about if you're going to swap these waxes. Let's say, for example, no, I want to take a smaller percentage of beeswax as well. So what would be the proper way of swapping it? You need to understand the hardness of the waxes. Like I said, microcrystalline wax will be hard. When I say hard, it has a melting point. That is, the melting point is it when it touches your body temperature, the more body temperature, it has a capability to melt away. Okay, it will melt away just like a butter, very soft and creamy in texture. But beeswax will not give you that creaminess or that thing because it's a hard, nice and a hard wax. It gives you a little brittle texture basically. Okay, so that is why whenever we are using beeswax, the percentage of beeswax will be very less. The butters and the oils will be in a higher percentage. Again, when you're taking waxes, there are two types of things: refined wax, unrefined wax. If you take refined waxes, they will be soft. If you take unrefined waxes, they will be harder. So what happens when I gave a basic formula of a lip balm? There are two different people. Okay, I normally when I give it for a refined wax. Why? Because according to the standards, normally refined waxes is what used. So what happens? People tend to buy unrefined wax because they didn't know about it. They buy unrefined wax and they use the same formula. Ma'am, I use 20% of beeswax and it is like so hard. That is because I have used refined wax and you have used unrefined wax. So if you're going to use unrefined wax, the percentage will reduce. Okay, and if you're going to use refined wax, the percentage will increase. That mostly happens with beeswax. Candela, carbona, and all are refined waxes. Microcrystalline, again, it's a refined waxes. Ozarikite is again a refined wax. So candela, carbona, again refined. So if there, you don't have to worry, especially with if you're going to work with beeswax I'm talking about. If you're planning to swap any of it, then you need to consider to take a little bit lesser than the required percentage. See, again, there are qualities in your wax. There's first quality, there is second quality, there is third quality. Third quality, so far nobody in the industry is selling. I don't know if there are vendors, but I see two types of quality mostly. Okay, so when I say in the market, I'm talking about the Indian market only. Okay, I see two types of qualities. See why again I'm going more specific into these raw materials is because sometimes I get people telling, ma'am, I'm finding a little difficult to adjust the texture with the formula. Why is that so? So, see, the formula does not have anything to do. Formula is formulated accordingly only. Your raw materials quality also makes a big differences. So sometimes what happens, you might get the end product. Let's say you're doing a lip balm and the quality of waxes you have used first class, that's a high quality waxes. So sometimes it can become a little harder. That is, you might expect it to be gliding a little more. In such cases, you might have to do some alterations in your formula where you will have to reduce the waxes percentage a little. So that also I will teach you. I will talk what you can reduce, what you can increase in order to get a more sliding texture. Sometimes what will happen, because the quality is not good, though you have added the same percentage, it might be a little soft. That is, as soon as you press, no, it just goes inside. That hardness is not there. At that particular time, what you have to do, again, it is not your fault or the formula's fault, but the raw materials quality. So you might have to increase your waxes in order to get a little more stiffer consistency. So always you need to keep in mind, in lip balm, this can happen. Either it can go a little harder or it can go a little softer, depending on the quality of your materials. 80% of the time, there is no issues with the percentages, but sometimes it happens here and there. So why I'm giving all these explanations, if at all you fall under that here and there category, you should be able to know how to fix it and fix your formula as well. So once you're doing it, once you make sure, you need to make a note of the changes you're doing and keep it as a draft. So next time when you're doing, you need to keep your drafted formula as your formula and do, because you are going to have the same ingredients. The vendor does not change. The ingredients does not change until and unless your ingredients get over. That is the drafted formula you should continue in order to get the same texture. Okay. Well, so carbona, we are taking 10% here. Cetyl alcohol, 4%. Now, if you're wondering, ma'am, why are we taking emulsifier here? Just for a nice, smooth texture. Okay. The creaminess cetyl alcohol will give in your lip balm. So we don't want it. So you all have used normal lip balms, right, with wax, oil, and butter. So we don't want it to just, go and sit like a coated paint there. We want it to be a little creamier, to just make that texture creamier. So don't think it will be creamier. Only when you apply, it will make it creamier. When it is in the box or the tube, it is just going to be absolutely a good textured one. Okay. Just to give a slight creaminess when you apply your lip balm, we are using this. Normally, when you apply your lip balm, sometimes there is a pressure, right, that you do. I don't know. Just use one basic lip balm and then try. Have you noticed have you taken this tinted lip balm of L'Oreal Paris? It will be so creamy. Have you noticed? Anybody who have used would have noticed it will be creamier. Why is it creamier? So they take a small amount of cetyl alcohol in order to make it creamier. But that creaminess will not be there when you see the stick and all. Only when you apply, you will be able to feel that it is gliding smooth. Okay. Then candela wax, 4%. It is a hard wax, very similar to beeswax. That's why we are taking it in a smaller percentage. So here, instead of candela wax, if you want, we can take refined beeswax. If you want to swap. But my choices will be the waxes only. Okay. Then azorachite wax, again, sometimes O is silent. People will sometimes spell it with O. So however you want to spell it, you can spell it and name it. So again, this is a very good wax which will give you long lastingness and intense moisture, as well as it is waterproofingness. So these two waxes are mainly what will give that waterproofing texture for your lip balm. Okay. That is at 3%, then microcrystalline wax at 4%. So we are taking shea butter at 5% here. Shea butter, when compared to all other butters, when I say all other butters, the regular butters, but what is that? Mango butter, cocoa butter, or cocoa butter, shea butter tends to give a long lasting moisture. If at all you want to go with some advanced butter, blueberry butter or almond butter, these two are a little expensive, but compared to shea butter, they can give you more moisture as well. Almond butter or blueberry butter. These two. Now you'll be wondering, where do we find blueberry butter and all? You do have vendors who sell it, but however, almond butter is good. Okay. If not shea butter, what would be the next best choice for in regular butters, if you ask me? Then I will say cocoa butter, and then comes mango butter, and then comes cocoa butter. So it is, this rating is depending on the lasting of moisture what it provides, not with anything else. Okay. Next, lanolin. Anybody who are vegan, or if you don't want to use it, you can skip it. But it is good, really good to again give you a long lasting moisture, 1%. Castor oil. Now you will be wondering, castor oil is the only oil which is the best long lasting moisture that it can give, because it is filled with saturated fatty acids. One of the best oil to put it in your lip balms. Okay. Now, if you want to swap it with any other oils, you can swap it. But if you're looking for an intense moisture, please do not skip castor oil. Castor oil is one magical ingredient that is going to give you that long-lasting moistureness. Instead, if you want to macerate your castor oil or infuse your castor oil with any herbs or things like that, you can do it and you can use it. That is again your creativity. Again, that is up to you, your creativity of making some changes in the formula, using a macerated castor oil or using an infused castor oil is up to you. But castor oil is the best for lip balms, as it has the highest saturated fatty acid content, where it can give you the longest period of moisture, be it on your lips, skin, wherever you're going to use or apply. That is the best oil you can use. That's why castor oil plays an important role. I will always say never skip it or swap it. Okay. So here again, next one, almond oil or jojoba oil, I have given again 15%. So that oil you can change. Again, why almond and jojoba I have taken? Those also have some comparatively decent amount of moisture retaining capacity. Other than that, if you want to take any other oils, you can take evening primrose, raspberry oil, carrot seed oil, any infused oils, any herb infused oils or flower infused oils, petal infused oils. That's up to you, your creativity and your choices of oils. Olive oil, argan oil, sea buckathon, whatever, that's up to you. So many carrier oils are there, not essential oils, carrier oils. If you want to swap, and this is the place where you can swap or choose the type of oils that you want. Okay. Then vitamin E, I have taken 4%. This 15%, you can also take 10% of oils and 5% of squalane. That way also you can do. So instead of taking 15% of the carrier oil, that any other carrier oil, you can take 10% of oil, that is any choice of carrier oil, and swap the other 5% with squalane. Okay. Ghee, yes, you can take ghee if at all you're going to do it for a kid, kid-based lip balms. If you're doing, in such cases, I will say take ghee. If you're going to do it for adults, what happens with ghee is it will have that there is one what is that? Lactotolerant acid in it. Okay, I am not sure of the name of that ingredient basically. So that can actually become ran acidic very soon. That is unlike your normal lip balms, the shelf life of your lip balm with ghee can be a little lesser. In order to make sure that it is highly stable, good antioxidant is required. That is, you will be adding vitamin E and BHT, but probably you can also add ascorbic palmitate in order to increase the antioxidant quality, if at all you're going to add ghee. Okay, so ghee can become ran acidic soon. Again, because ghee, if it has any oil content. So as you know, when when you heat butter, you are able to see. Although butter is a nice, the butter which you take from the milk solids I'm talking about. When you heat it, you're able to see that water particles, right? The same thing with ghee also. So although you're heating it well, there are very, very slight amount of water particles which might be present in ghee sometimes. Again, that is not always or sometimes. the process, however it is processed. You cannot tell that it does not have water content at all. So that water content is what can be bothering your lip balms. Okay, so if you're going to use ghee, then I will say up to 5% without any issues or without worrying about its shelf life and all that you can use. But if you're going to use a higher percentage, that is, if you want to use a percentage more than 5, then is what you need to consider about using a better antioxidants. So when I say better antioxidants, increasing the percentage of antioxidants. So already your formula has 4% of vitamin E acetate and DHT. So you can probably use 1% or 0.5% of ascorbyl palmitate. That is your vitamin C, again an antioxidant. So ascorbyl palmitate, don't use anything else because only ascorbyl palmitate is oil soluble, which can be used in your lip balm. Anything else, you will not be able to put it there. So that can add up and it can help you. Right. Now, if at all you are going the ghee thing, if you're substituting, you'll have to substitute with this only, almond oil or jojoba oil. So you will not touch castor oil at all. Castor oil 50 is going to remain 50. If at all you are aiming for that intense moisture. Okay. So that only. Then if you're going to take 0.5% of ascorbyl palmitate, that you can either reduce it in lanolin or you can reduce it in your no, already this formula, if you see, it has ascorbyl palmitate at 1%. So if you're going to use the same formula, it should help you. It will not bother you. Okay. Same with honey, no honey. You cannot use honey. As far as you're using oil-soluble extract of honey, then it is possible. Honey is 100% water-soluble. You will not be able to use it. Because lip balm is completely anhydrous, right? So you will not be able to use honey in it. And if you find oil soluble honey powder or honey extract or any such content, then you can use. See, there are lip balms with honey also, but again, like I said, those extracts are oil soluble form. Okay, if you find them, you can definitely use. There is this brand called as Burt's Bees, Burtsbee. It is it's only a lip balm company which is in the UK actually. They only do lip balms and they sell around I can say like 10 lakh lip balms only in a month. They are such famous brand, and one of their famous lip balm is honeycomb lip balm. So when I was researching about that brand and the product of the brand, that's when I understood, okay, very specifically they're doing this honeycomb lip balm, especially for the kids. Actually, they're doing very natural. They're trying to pick up these natural ingredients alone to do, and they're using the oil soluble extract form. The plus point with the European countries is they have options with the extracts or whatever it is in two forms. In both the forms, most of the ingredients they have options in oil soluble form as well as water soluble form. But here in India, we don't have that many options. You get a lot of water soluble forms of extracts, but oil soluble is very selectively few only. There are some good things which we don't find at all. Example, honey and all. I haven't so far found any oil soluble extract, but I think oil soluble extract powder is there with the honey. I am not sure. Again, you just cross check with your vendors. Do your researches. If you find it, very simple. Any oil soluble extract for that matter can be used. Simple. See, why I teach you so many things is because you should be able to swap ingredients, try to pick up your choice of ingredients, and you should be able to put in your ingredients and do it. So that's why I give a lot more detailed information about all these things. So anything which is oil soluble or which is in an oil soluble format can be used. Let's say you want to use some extract into your lip balm. Okay. What is the maximum percentage I can use? Maximum 2% you can use. And how can I what can I cut down in order to take that 2%? Either you will cut down in your almond oil or your castor oil. So in that oils only you will cut down because your extract is going to be an oil soluble form basically. So the oil content is what you will cut down. You will not cut down anything else. That is, you will not substitute with the waxes. You shouldn't reduce your wax percentage and take 2% of extracts. You should reduce your oil percentage and take 2%. You can add your extracts. Okay. Then we have vitamin E acetate 4%, BHT 0.2%. BHT is an antioxidant here. Okay. Vitamin E acetate, again an antioxidant as well as a good deep moisturizing agent here. Ascorbyl palmate, again added here for moisture purpose, that is antioxidant purpose, moisture purpose, and it also gives some skin lightening properties. That is, it boosts your collagen productions in your lips. If at all you have darker lips, if at all you're facing this dull lips, basically, even though your lips are hydrated, even though your lips are pinkish, it feels dull. Have you noticed that? Only when you apply a lip gloss, it will be a little good or something like that. So those dull lips can be recorrected. That is that natural sheen, you call it as, not shine, sheen on your lips. When you just wash your face and come, your lips are pink. But still it is not dry, but it does not have that what is that, a sheen. That is, it doesn't feel so fresh. When you wash your face and come, if you're doing a good skincare, your skin will shine, right? Even without a highlighter or even without it. That is because good moisture is there and you're maintaining your skin. That is, your good amount of antioxidants are produced. When good antioxidants are produced, that shine automatically pops out of your skin, basically. The same way on your lips, if you want that natural glow or shine, not shine, normally it is called a sheen. So that sheen, just to look it fresh, to make your lips look fresh, even without a lip balm or a lip gloss or XYZ things, for that antioxidant properties is important. So that's where we are adding ascorbyl palmate. So ascorbyl palmate has three things that it does. So first thing, it's a good antioxidant. It provides it makes sure ran acidity of your oils that is used, because as you see, the formula contains more than 50% of oil and butters. So ran acidic, it can become ran acidic any point of time. That's why we are using 2 to 3 types of antioxidants in order to prevent the ran acidity, which might happen. Okay, so that it helps in ran acidity. Second thing, it helps to give that sheen on your lips, that natural freshness on your lips. Third thing, if your skin has pigmentations or if your skin is a little darker and all, it will also help in your skin. It also helps in reducing your melanin content. That is, suppressing your melanin there and trying to improvise your lip skin, improvising that tone of your lip. It doesn't mean that it will make your lip fair or it will make your lip pink. Whatever tone of your lip is, that's how it will become. That is, if at all you have a slight orangish lip on the below and upper part is little tan, then you will not get a pink lip just because of using ascorbyl palmate. You will get that orangish shade only. Whatever the natural color of your lip is, that color you will retain. Okay. And then hydrogenated polyisobutane. So hydrogenated polyisobutane can be swapped with hydrogenated castor oil, basically. Okay, now hydrogenated polyisobutane or hydrogenated castor oil are extremely good esters, you can call it as, or emulsions, you can call it as. Not esters, probably you can call it as emulsions. Emulsions are those which gives you long lasting moisture, slip, and good balance in your skin's barrier. That is, they will lock the moisture in your skin. They will not allow that moisture to escape. So whenever we use these dimethicone or emo green, I normally, what do I say? I tell you, it creates the film kind of a layer where it will not allow the moisture from your skin to escape outside. So the same way here, since we are using hyaluronic acid, you need to keep in mind, if your skin, once your skin is hydrated, hyaluronic acid helps to hydrate your skin. It has a tendency to absorb water. That is it is just like a sponge. It just needs water. It will go in search of water. If there is a lot of water or moisture in the atmospheric air, it will tend to dry your lips. Don't think if you don't use hyaluronic acid in the right way, it will dry your skin or your lips. A lot of people today have an assumption that using hyaluronic acid keeps your skin well moisturized, and absolutely it will do. If you don't lock it, you need to put a chain to your hyaluronic acid and fix it in your skin. If you don't do it, it will start to work the opposite way because it needs moisture. Once it has that moisture, it tends to absorb moisture from the atmosphere. That is, it runs behind where moisture is. That's where hyaluronic acid will live. It needs good moisture. That's where it can survive. So what happens? It will dry your skin if you don't use or lock your hyaluronic acid properly. So in order to lock that moisture of hyaluronic acid that we are going to use in this lip balm, we are using this hydrogenated polyisobutane. So instead of hydrogenated polyisobutane, a substitute what you can use is hydrogenated castor oil. Okay. So hydrogenated castor oil or hydrogenated polyisobutane can be used. If you don't find both of this, ma'am, is there any other option that I can go with? Then you can go with Emogreen. Emogreen L19, which is again, you will say, well, Emogreen L also I don't have. Then dimethicone. Normally dimethicone is a silicone. I try to avoid that silicone in the lip area, but it's not that it is bad. There are people, who wants the silicone-free products, especially in lip balms. No, they do not prefer the silicones. If at all you are such a category, then for you, hydrogenated polyisobutane or hydrogenated castor oil. See, here also hydrogenated castor oil comes into picture. If you use it, it will give you moisture as well as it will lock the moisture in your skin. Basically, it will form a film kind of a layer where it will not allow the moisture to escape. Basically, understood? Once hyaluronic acid provides moisture to your skin, what it will do, it will start giving moisture. It will start looking. It is like my work is to provide moisture to you. Once I have provided moisture to Raksha, I will move to Smita. Once I have provided to Smita, I will go to Sapna. Once I have provided it to Sapna, I will go to Rima. That's how hyaluronic acid wants to keep going. It will not stop. Or it doesn't know that, okay, my work here is to give only moisture to Raksha. So once I give it, I need to stop. It will not know. It will keep on moving. That is why what happens when you apply hyaluronic acid, once it is done giving moisture to your skin, it will just move out. That is, the atmospheric air is there, no? So it will start going into your atmospheric air. So when it is going, what it happens? Hyaluronic acid, why are you putting on your skin? To give you moisture. Once it goes out of your skin, what happens? It does not do anything. So what is the point? No point. So always, not only in this formula I'm talking about, so keep this in your mind. Whenever you're using a hyaluronic acid in any of your formula, just make sure that there is some kind of a silicone or a film forming, you call it as film forming ingredient, which will create that film kind of a layer on your skin or wherever, whatever it is, lip or hand or whatever, in order to retain that moisture inside. That is, it will not escape. The moisture will not escape, or it will not support the moisture to escape. The moisture will be locked inside. So your skin is hydrated for a longer period of time. Okay. See, just a normal lip balm, you might be thinking, but how many things you're learning and how many things I'm explaining here. So that's what it makes the difference between using an economic range of product, which is still an advanced formula, and using a professional range of product, which has its own other benefits and goodness. This is the major difference between the economic range and the professional range, basically. So in your normal lip balm, have you ever used hydrogenated castor oil or these many types of waxes or not? Maximum, I think in your lip balm, you would have used beeswax or Candela carbona. At the most, these three waxes are what you use. Here we are using 4 types of waxes, we are using 2 types of oils, we are using 2 types of film formers, and 3 types of antioxidants. So this is what makes the product more effective first, more expensive second, third, more advanced. So it does, so everything is more here, basically. Okay, then finally, primal hyal gold. That's going to be our hyaluronic acid. We are using 1%. So do not change more, do not use more than 1%, assuming that it will do more goodness and all. Nothing. 1% is enough. Hydrogenated polyisobutene 2% is enough. Like I also gave you another substitute. If you don't have hydrogenated castor oil, you can also use emo green. Otherwise, you can also use dimethicone. Okay. Yes, absolutely. You can use any oil soluble flavor, any oil soluble color if you want to make it a tinted lip balm, basically. Slight color if you want to give, you can give. If you want to add powdered oil soluble fruit extracts, you can add. These are additional. If you want to, let's say you want to make a nice blueberry or a bubblegum lip balm. So you can add some bubblegum flavored oil. Okay. See, and then you can also add some color to it in order to get that desired blue color or pink color, whatever you want. So again, fruit based you can do or flower based you can. If you want to do a lemon lip balm, you can add some oil soluble lemon extract, 1 or 2%. If it is a liquid extract, if it is a liquid extract, add only 1%. It's a powdered extract, add 2% probably. And whenever you're adding powdered extract, put the powder in the oil, dissolve it first, and then mix it with. Just add everything. Now, what is the making process? Measure everything and add, except your hyal gold. I'm sorry, I haven't given the process of making in the PDF, no? But yeah, please make a note here. Just simple. Add everything in your container except primal hyal gold, except the last ingredient, that is your hyaluronic acid. Except that, put it on heat. Once it is all melted well, mix it well, remove it from heat. Okay, as soon as you remove it from heat, just wait, because it will be at a temperature of 50 to 60. Let it come to 40. Once it is somewhere between 40 to 45, add your flavor oil. If at all you're going to add your colors to your lip balm, and then add your primal hyal gold. Mix it, and then put it into your what? Containers. So whatever mold or container you have. Yes, the normal hyaluronic acid, it's a water soluble form. This is an oil soluble form. That's a major difference. And hyal gold is actually little more hybrid than your normal hyaluronic acid. Okay, a little more hybrid than your normal hyaluronic acid. So we can consider it like this. So how can I say that? Let me think of an example which will make you understand better. Peptides you have, collagen peptides, peptides you have. In that multivitamin peptides you have. In that, the best one is gold peptide. There is gold. Okay, now like this, peptides are there. Collagen peptide is there. So better than that, you have copper peptide. Better than that, you have gold peptide. So when you have gold peptide, copper peptide, collagen peptide, what is the order number? Gold peptide first, copper peptide second, collagen peptide third. Okay, the pricing will also be like that only. Gold will be very expensive, copper will be a little less expensive than gold, and collagen will be a little more. But all the three are peptides only. Likewise, this also. From primal hyal gold is this hyaluronic acid does not only have hyaluronic acid in it, it also has some gold peptides in it, basically. So that's why it is a little higher grade again. And it is a little expensive also when compared to your hyaluronic acid. So your hyaluronic acid 50 grams is 1,500. I think, right? Depending on the higher or the lower molecule. Here, your hyal gold can be 900, vary from 900 to 1,500 for 10 grams. So that's how it is. Okay. So that's how you will do. Like I said, flavor oil, you can definitely add whatever of your choice. Do not add essential oils. A lot of people have this bad habit of adding essential oils in your lip balms. Please, please, please do not add essential oils in your lip balms. It is one of the foolish thing that you can do, I would say. Add flavored oils. You get essence also. food essence you get. I don't know how many of you know. If you're into baking or if you're into cooking and all, you get food essence. Those are oil soluble, normally which you use in cakes and all. That also you can use because those are edible range. So if you, there are some lip balms when you apply, you feel like eating it, no? Or you feel that, oh my God, I just want to lick this lip balm off. You feel that sensation. That is because they don't use the cosmetic graded flavor oils. They will use the food graded, that is edible range of flavor oils will be used. So that's why you get that sweet flavor. You will get that sweetness also when you apply. Have you noticed? That is because it's an edible grade. So if you're using an edible grade of flavor oil, you can get that also. You can get that feel of sweetness also. Okay, there are separate sweeteners also which is used in lip balms, but in India you don't find it. But people, those who are from the US, UK and all, you get sweeteners. So you can use those sweeteners as well. Sweeteners is edible range of flavored oil. They get very specifically for lip balms only in the cosmetic range. So here we don't get it, but you can always find it in that any of the baking websites or something. You get this flavored, but make sure it is oil soluble. Again, don't buy water soluble. It has to be oil soluble. So those things you can use in order to get that sweetness, or you want to have that nice feel of a fruity feel or something. You can take that. You can use it. So this is your intense moisturizing lip balm with hyaluronic acid, right? Next, raspberry lip balm with SPF. Okay, very similar here. The first lip balm I have infused hyaluronic acid. The second lip balm I have infused a sun protectant basically. So now if you ask me, can I make a hyaluronic acid lip balm with an SPF? You can do. You can do. That is also possible. Okay. So here, very similar carbona wax. So basic ingredients just remains the same. Carbona wax 10%, cetyl alcohol 4%, candela wax 4%, Oracat wax 3%, microcrystalline wax 4%. Here, octadecanol. So how many of you have used octadecanol or know about octadecanol? Have you ever used in lipsticks or anywhere? Have you used or heard of it? Mostly if you are doing color cosmetics, I think these ingredients which are here are something which you commonly find in color cosmetics as well. Yes, anybody knows? No? No. Okay, it is basically a film foamer, again, mostly used in lipsticks, lip glosses, lip balms, sometimes even in skincare, but mostly in color cosmetics, it is often used. Okay, it helps to sustain your what is that? What I can say, the intensity of your product for a longer period of time. So when I say sustain the intensity of your product, it is not specific. There is no specific thing that it does. So let's say this lip balm is with SPF. So it will make sure that your SPF is going to last longer. Okay, let's say you're going to use this octadecanol in a matte lipstick. So that, what is the main intensity of that? To give that nice matte effect. So it will enhance your mattiness of your lipstick. If it's a liquid lipstick, it will enhance the drying of your liquid lipstick much faster. So depending on the product, it will do. But basically, it also helps reducing foaming in your formulas. Okay, now when I talk about foaming in the formulas, don't get confused. Just leave it aside. Keep this simple understanding. So it helps to enhance your product much better. It is again a film foamer, basically used in lip gloss or lipsticks, mostly into lotions. It's a good silicone alternative, basically. So again, it will lock your moisture as well, or your sunscreen, your SPF also, it will lock it inside your skin to just make sure that it can extend its SPF shelf life for a little more period of time. Okay. Then shea butter, castor oil, almond or avocado oil. Avocado oil and almond oil naturally has good SPF factor. more than here I will say don't swap the oils. Either avocado you can take or almond you can take. Why? Because they naturally have that SPF unit in them. That is, they have that sun protection. If not almond or avocado, what are the other choices of oils which has SPF? You can take any other carrier oils like I've already mentioned, but I'm talking about with the SPF factor, which can give you that natural sun protectant factor. It is almond oil, avocado oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, grapeseed oil. All these have natural SPF factor in them. So just to enhance your lip balms or give them more SPF, you can add this. Vitamin E acetate, BHT. Here we are using raspberry oil soluble extract, 2%. Okay. Next, hydrogenated polyisobutane, 2%. Cocoa caprolate, 8%. Instead of cocoa caprolate, you can also use CCTG. It is an emulsion here. Okay, alternative to silicone, which can lock the moisture and the sunscreen agent and help your sunscreen agent to last longer. Suncat DE is used at 1%. If you don't want to use Suncat DE, you can also use nano zinc oxide at 0.5% and Sun Booster at 0.5%. Please make a note of this. This is just an optional one. Anybody who has done sunscreen classes are aware of what Sun Booster is. So even if you have not done, if you don't know, don't worry. Sun Booster is nothing which will help your SPF to long laster. Okay. So if at all you don't want to use Suncat DE, instead of Suncat DE, that is substitute of Suncat DE will be Sun Booster Bio 0.5% with nano zinc oxide 0.5% will give you 30 SPF. So this lip balm will be 30 SPF. So you can do a lip balm with 15 SPF. If you're going to do 15 SPF, just reduce your Suncat DE to 0.5%. So that 0.5% will give you 15 SPF for your lip, and 1% gives you 30 SPF for your lip. And for your lips, you don't have to use more than 30. This is more than enough. 30 itself is a very good SPF range for your lips. 15 is also very good. But if you have some intense darkness in your lips or you have a darker lips and all, I would say go for 30 SPF. So for 15 SPF, 0.5% Suncat DE is enough. And for 30 SPF, 1% of Suncat DE will do. Okay? Right, clear? We'll go with the next one. Is it clear with the lip balms? Any questions with regards to the lip balms you have? Yes, no? If you can answer, I'll just go ahead. Right. The next one. Ceramide and vitamin C lip sleeping mosquito. Okay. So this is a very, 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 very intense moisturizing lip mask that you can do. Okay. Okay. There is no alternative for BHT. So that is an antioxidant which is oil soluble. That is, you have water soluble antioxidants. But for oil soluble antioxidants, BHT is something which is there. Or you can also use fulvic acid. Fulvic acid you can use. Otherwise, BHT. Fulvic acid is good antioxidant. BHT is a good antioxidant. Fulvic acid, if you're going to use, it is not soluble in water. It is not soluble in oil. You'll have to dissolve fulvic acid in alcohol and then add it here. So it becomes again 2-3 headache. So the best is BHT. But if you want to use fulvic acid, you can definitely use. That is again up to you. But if you're going to use fulvic acid, then you have to dissolve it in alcohol dent, which is probably your isopropyl alcohol or ethyl alcohol, anything. And then you need to add it in polysorbate 80. That is your solubilizer, and add your solubilizer into the oil. Like that you need to do. That is, it will add 1 or 2, 3 steps extra. Okay. If at all you're going to add fulvic acid, take 0.5% of fulvic acid, add it in 1 gram or 2 grams of alcohol, that is isopropyl or ethanol, anything, and dissolve it well. Once it is dissolved well, add that mixture into polysorbate 80 or any other solubilizer. Take 2 grams of that solubilizer, add it into that. Once you have added it into that, that solubilized mixture will be added to your oils. After it is added to your oils, then it will go on to heating and then the processing to continue. So you need to do these 3 steps extra if you're going to add fulvic acid. Otherwise, DHT, very simple, just like ADDT, you can measure and add it and finish it up. There is sodium metasulfide, but it is water soluble. You cannot add it in your oils. So for anhydrous, you have very less antioxidant options. That's why I added ascorbyl palmate as well. Vitamin C's are very good antioxidants. You know that, right? Okay. Now, the ceramide and vitamin C lip mask. So here, phase A, DM water. Then sodium gluconate it has. So instead of sodium gluconate, you can also add EDTA. Okay. So EDTA economic, sodium gluconate becomes professional. That's the difference. So when I always give alternative, it means one is a basic one is a little more advanced one. Yeah. Orange hydrosol I've used here because just to increase more of that antioxidant properties. You can also use licorice hydrosol, or if you want to make it a little herbal, you can also use mangista, licorice. Papaya is also good. It all will also add that lightening effect on the lip. So there are people, who wants to not only moisturize their lips, but also who has tanned lips and all wants to try to improve that, remove that tan in their lips. For such people, the choices of hydrosols can go with what? Orange or licorice, then mangista or ashwagandha, papaya, potato, cucumber, or mixed fruit hydrosols. So these are some of the choices which will also add on that lightening properties here. And then if anybody wants to add kumkumadi oil in your lip balms, you can also add 5% or even 10%. It depends upon you. However intense you want to do your, however good you want to do your lip balm, there you can also take. Now this is not anhydrous. Ceramide and vitamin C lip masks are not anhydrous. It is water-based product. See, if you want to do anhydrous, so you can definitely do anhydrous, but majorly lip masks are emulsified form. So emulsified form, that is, it doesn't fall under the anhydrous category, it falls under the hydrous category. And masks or muscus, whatever you can call them as, masks basically are emulsified ones. If it is a lip butter, if it says ceramide vitamin C lip butter, then or sleeping butter, then it is an anhydrous one. So when it is not mentioned as butter, sleeping lip butter or something, then it is a hydrous one. So if at all you want an anhydrous version of it, probably you might have to skip the water-based ingredients here and try to use only the oil-based ingredients to do. But since you're going to use the whole day, you're going to be using a lip balm or something, or what, lipsticks, it is all anhydrous products. So let's assume if you're going to, if you're an office going person. So what happens, you'll apply your lip balm on top of it. You'll make sure you apply your lip gloss or your lipsticks or something and then go out. Okay. So it is again anhydrous. It will keep your lips hydrated. I'm sorry. It will keep your lips hydrated, well and good, all that is there. Okay. Then again, evening you come back, you wash your face, you gently remove off your lipstick and all. When you're removing off your lipstick, again your lip balm, everything comes out. Your lips are moisturized, but it still needs some what do you call that, hydration. Okay. See, there is difference between moisturizing your lips and hydrating your lips. Understood? What now you might ask, what is the difference? It sounds the same. Moisturizing can be done even with oils, or with water-based ingredients or oil-based ingredients. Moisturizing, that is balancing the pH or balancing the barrier of your skin. Okay. Hydrating can only be done with water-based ingredients. What is pH? What is pH? pH is the hydrogen bonds in whatever you're going to use. So where does pH comes into consideration? Only when it has that water molecule in it. If it's an anhydrous product, pH does not come there. So how will you be able to maintain the pH of your lips without a water-based product or water ingredient? That is the reason I always prefer from morning till evening you're using the anhydrous product. At night, don't try to go with lip butters or lip in these anhydrous products itself. Go with an emulsified water-based product where it will have water content. That is hydration plus moisturization will be there. Because from morning till evening, you're only moisturizing your lips. Hydration is lacking. Okay. At the end of the night, hydrate your lips as well. At the end, when you're using these emulsified based things, you're doing both. You're hydrating your lips as well as moisturizing your lips. So it adds two benefits. That's why I have not given you an anhydrous product. I've rather I've given this a hydrating product basically. Can we use extract in place of hydrosols? Yes, but extracts have usage percentage. Maximum 2 to 5% or 2 to 6% depends. You may ask your vendors, but any extract for that matter, what is the best percentage to take? 1 to 2%. So let's say, ma'am, my vendor does not know what is the usage percentage. So in that case, what should I do? For that, such scenarios, don't take more than 2%. That's it. And whenever you're taking extracts, do not add them in phase A. Try to put them in phase C. Okay? Don't try to put them in phase A. Try to put them, accommodate them in phase C. And one more thing, extract powders, if you're going to take water soluble, let it be in phase A. Extract liquids, try to put it in phase C. Okay, so that would be the best way to arrange your formula. So hydrosols, you can take 20%, up to 30% of the formula you can take, not at all a problem. Okay, but you cannot take 30% of extracts, it will be too strong, right? Then dipanthenol, 0.5%, again it's a moisturizing ingredient. Phase B, we have cepimaxane at 0.5%, or you can take 10% of sodium hyaluronate 1% solution. That is, you know how to make a 1% solution of sodium hyaluronate, right? 1% solution of an hyaluronic acid. Take 1 gram of hyaluronic acid, 98 grams of DM water, 1 gram of preservative. Add everything together, allow it to hydrate, let it sit for 6 hours, and then your 1% solution is ready. From that 100 gram of solution, take only 10% for your formula. And if at all you're going to take hyaluronic acid, sodium hyaluronate or hyaluronic acid solution, add that sodium hyaluronate in phase A and not phase B. Okay, if you're going to take cepimaxane, then let it remain in phase B. Okay, so cepimaxane is going to be your gelling agent. So this is not going to be completely creamy. It will give you a gel cream kind of a yogurt kind of a texture, a nice yogurty kind of a texture. So why this yogurt kind of a texture again here? So that it will have hydration. It will have that hydration. The jelly effect of that Cepimax will give you good hydration. The creaminess of the emulsifiers used is going to make the cream last till morning. And then there are other ingredients which is added, film forming ingredients, oil based ingredients which is added in order to lock the moisture in your lips basically. Okay, then hydrogenated castor oil 2%, squalane, olive squalane 2%. Then I have taken sesamule. So what is sesamule? It is an emulsifier. It is an oil-based emulsifier. See, in emulsifiers, there are 2 types of emulsifiers. I think if you have done the cream classes, I have explained there are 2 types of emulsion. Oil and water emulsion, water and oil emulsion. So this is a water and oil emulsion, which means here the content of oil is comparatively more. That is, we are taking more of oil content and less of water content. When we are doing a day cream, what we will do, that is, let's say when we are doing a cream for an oily acne prone skin person, what we will do, I will suggest to take oil in water emulsion, which means less amount of oils and more amount of water based ingredients. In this formula, we have lot of oil-based ingredients, lot of oil ingredients. So we need an emulsifier which can stabilize, that is, which can emulsify so much of oils. See, emulsifiers always have a percentage of oils that it can emulsify. That is, I can eat only 5 idlis, whereas my friend can eat 10 idlis. So if you bring me in and if you give me 10 idlis, I cannot eat. I will say 5. After 5, I will say enough. Maximum, I try to push in 6 idlis. I will say, oh, after 6 idlis, I cannot. More than that, I will vomit. What happens when I vomit? The emulsion gets separated. Stability issue. Understood? That is why choice of emulsifiers are also important in such cases. So here, if at all, let's assume if at all you don't have, or what can be a best alternative for this emulsifier? Ma'am, I will be doing a small quantity, I don't want to invest so much just for a trial purpose. What would you suggest as the best next alternative to it? Glyceryl stearate. Glyceryl stearate will be the next best option if you don't find sesame oils. Okay, 2%. Then here again we are adding occasional wax again. Why? Because we want that waterproofingness. When you're sleeping, if at all you wake up at night and drink water, because it's a cream-based emulsion, I don't want your cream to be swallowed or just go away in your bottle cap, in the mouth of your bottle. So this wax will help retain that waterproofness without smudging away or removing of your product. Okay. Then emo green, again you can replace it with dimethicone. It is a silicone where it is a natural silicone. If you're adding dimethicone, it is a silicone. So why emo green we are adding here? To maintain that film foamingness, that is, lock the moisture in your lips and allow that hydration and moisture to stay in your lips. Then coenzyme Q10. Okay, what is coenzyme Q10? It is an extremely good anti-aging ingredient. Now you are wondering, what does it has to do for your lips? Mostly we see this only in your skincare products. Oh, it is something amazing if you're looking for that wrinkle-free lips. You already got that wrinkles. Is there a way to fix it now? Yes. First way, hydration. But hydration can take a very long period of time for you to fix it. It is a slow process. Whereas if you want to speed up that process a little bit, then coenzyme Q10 plays an important role. It is a good anti-aging ingredient. So now you are wondering, what does anti-aging has to do? It will boost your collagen there. So it helps in removing that wrinkles on your lips. So anybody who's trying to achieve that nice wrinkle-free lips, coenzyme Q10 plays a role here. Again, if you have a question now, ma'am, can I add coenzyme Q10 even in my lip balm in order to remove those wrinkles? Yes, you can add. How much you can add? Maximum 1%. It has to be mixed in your oil. It is an oil soluble form. You have to mix it in your oil and then put it on heat and do your process as usual. Just so don't put it in your wax. Anyways, first mix it with your oil and then measure all other ingredients and add it. Then CCTG, again 5% here we are adding. It is a nice ester to maintain the moisture. So this consists of phase B. So phase C, ascorbyl glucoside or ethyl ascorbic acid, good anti-aging, good antioxidant. It also gives you detanning of your skin, detanning of the lips if at all it has anything, and it also provides good amount of antioxidant properties to your lips. Okay, so ascorbyl glucoside or ethyl ascorbic acid, 2% we are taking. Then we are taking this pentaethyl terate. Okay, so what is it? It is again an odorless antioxidant. It is also an antioxidant, often added in skincare and lip care. So this is mostly in a lot of lip care. Okay, for your sunscreens, to ensure the efficacy, to ensure the stability, to give more antioxidant property, this is added basically. Okay, since we are here we are adding BHT or anything else. Or we also added this octodecanol in the lip balm, like I said, to increase that SPF unit. Likewise, here we are using this in order to increase the shelf life of your product. When I say shelf life, it means the stability. That is, it helps the emulsion to stay in contact. It helps for the stability of your product. It helps in the efficacy of your product. It makes your product to be more effective. Okay, that is, it pushes you. It is like when, let's say for example, when your kid is doing a drawing, no, at some point it will feel like, am I good at it? It feels, oh, the nose didn't come well. What do we do as parents? We say, oh wow, it's so good, come on, just do a little more, I think you can do. How we encourage the kids, when that small encouragement is given and appreciation is given, what happens? They move forward, no matter it is good or not. The efficacy of their, the progress of their work happens. The same way here, the progressiveness happens. Yeah, in this also you can use BHT, but you have to add it in your oil phase. You can use BHT, not a problem. Okay. And then here we have ceramide complex. So as the name itself says, this is our ceramide cream. I mean ceramide and vitamin C cream. So this ceramide complex is added. Ceramide complex again is a really very good anti-aging. Then what is that? Skin friendly ingredient. That is, it helps to promote new cells, boost your collagen cells basically. Okay, so here it can help to heal your skin. If you have cuts and cracks and all, this ceramide complex helps to heal your skin faster and promote your collagen production in that in your lip area. Okay, then gold peptide here we are adding it in order to again, like said, to promote that skin's sheen. And again, peptides also help. Peptides are something which are rich in amino acids. Amino acids are something which help in boosting your collagen and antioxidant properties. See, basically wherever you got gained, you come into antioxidants and anti-aging properties. Basically, peptides are extremely good for anti-aging properties. Again, why anti-aging? For your wrinkles and smoothness without that lines on your lips, gold peptides help. Magnesium sulfate are good stabilizers, and they're also here magnesium sulfate is completely optional. If you want, you can take, but professional formula has it. That's where I have added it in. And then I did try using magnesium sulfate. It actually turned out good. It adds some of its good effects. So if you want to, you can add. Otherwise, you can skip. Okay. So it's not a must that you have to add. But if you add, it is basically good. It gives out a nice feel actually. It is a viscosity controller. It gives a nice texture to your product basically. Okay, so that is optional, totally optional. If you have it at home, just add. Otherwise, you can skip it. Then Canberry extract is there. Instead of Canberry extract, bilberry, blueberry, mulberry can be used. But Canberry is really good for skin lightening. Bilberry is also really good for skin lightening. When I say skin lightening, it means if at all you have tan in your lips, if at all you have a darker lips and you're trying to, get a, see, there are some people who will have upper lips darker and lower lips a little brighter. Okay. For such people, if you want to try to bring your lips into a same tone, so this Canberry, bilberry will be very helpful. Canberry and bilberry are very powerful. They have natural bilberry extracts and nothing. They have naturally alpha arbutin in them, basically. So that can help you. Here, along with ascorbyl glucoside, if you want to add a small amount of kojic acid diplomat, you can add it. Add it in phase B. So if you're going to add, if they have darker lips, if they're also trying to correct their lips with this, for such people, just add kojic acid diplomat 0.5% in phase B. That is optional, like I said. Okay. Yes. Then your preservative, any broad spectrum preservative can be used. Okay. So clear with ceramide and vitamin C lip mask, right? Next, exfoliating roll-on lip peel. Okay. So now, what is this lip peel? This is very, very similar to the chemical peel. Okay. But it will not be too strong, or it will not peel off your skin and all. It is a mild exfoliant. It's a mild exfoliant. Okay. And do not increase the percentage of these acids at all. Okay. Your lips are very, very, very delicate. Okay. So actually I've added a higher percentage only, that is 5%, maximum like 3% you can add, but I've still added a higher percentage because lactic acid not only exfoliates, not only exfoliates, it is also a very good moisturizing agent. I'm not sure how many of you are aware that lactic acid is not only a good exfoliant, but it is also a very good moisturizing agent. That is, if you see lactic acid present in milk, once you apply milk, raw milk or raw curd, no matter it removes your dead skin, and it gives you that exfoliation, it will also make your skin well moisturized. So in that way, keeping that into consideration, I have just increased the percentage of lactic acid from 3 to 5% in order to keep it mild and as well as moisturize. So it will exfoliate your lips as well as it will moisturize your lips. So that's what I have taken up to 5%. But do not add more than 5% because it can irritate your lips. Fine. Then I've also added citric acid there because again citric acid is a very mild acid, very good for exfoliation, that is added. Now here you can also add mandelic acid for the lip exfoliation because mandelic acid is again a very, very mild exfoliant. If you want to add mandelic acid, maximum 0.5% you can add. That is, you will not add citric acid in that case. You will only go with lactic acid, mandelic acid. Lactic acid at 5%, mandelic acid at 0.5%. And mandelic acid, if you're going to add, do not add more than 0.5% when you're adding mandelic acid. You should skip citric acid. If you ask me for suggestion, which is the best combination, I will say lactic acid and citric acid is the best combination. But yes, mandelic acid can also be taken. Just give me 1 minute, please. Yes, sorry about it. So, like I was telling, the best one to go for is, as far as I tried, I feel lactic acid and citric acid does the job. So you don't have to go for mandelic acid. This itself is more than enough. But if you still want to try with any other, you will always have that option of, can we try with anything else? Does it give some, likewise, if you want to, just give it a try with mandelic acid. But when you're using mandelic acid, just make sure that you do not use citric acid along with it. That is the only thing that you need to keep in mind. So here we have phase A, phase B, phase C. Before going to this, I will just explain you the ceramide and vitamin C lip masks method of doing. I think, okay, it's very simple, just like your any other emulsion, but still I just put it across. It's going to be a phase A, phase B, which you're going to put it on a double boiler. So once you put it on double boiler, just wait till your phase B, everything melts. So Cepimaxime, you can also put it along, or after you remove it from heat also you can put it. So not a problem. But if you're going to use hyaluronic acid solution, like I said, please use that, put that in phase A. Do not use it in phase B. Okay, that's the only thing you need to keep in mind. That's only an option that I am giving. If anybody wants to, use hyaluronic acid in order to keep that, because hyaluronic acid has that, what do you call that, hype in that market. Okay, it has a hype in the market. When you say hyaluronic acid, people are like, oh, it's a very good product. No matter what brand, what brand it is, no matter what composition it is, it has hyaluronic acid. Oh, why I'm telling this is my sister. I'm talking about my own sister. My cousin, probably very related to my own sister. She came back telling me, I'm using this serum, it has hyaluronic acid, it's so good. I said, okay. And that serum has only hyaluronic acid in it. And she's not topping it up with anything else to lock the hyaluronic. I said, Are Buddhu, this hyaluronic acid alone is not going to do anything much to you. You need to top it up with a good moisturizer in order to lock it. So likewise, I then understood that the market is just going with this hype of the names, with that names in the market. So likewise, if at all you also want to make use of that marketing strategy, you can definitely make use of it. And you can also add your hyaluronic acid into your ceramide list. So whenever, there are some of my students who make sure they mention the key ingredients. That's a very good habit of mentioning. So if you're going to mention it likewise, and you also want that hyaluronic acid to be there, then you can also, for such people, you can use it. That's where I've given that option, or where you can use hyaluronic acid, or you can use cepimaxane. So both of it will give that nice jelliness. So that jelliness mainly for hydration purpose. So that's what is going to hydrate. Cepimaxane or hyaluronic acid, both the main intention here behind their adding them is just for the hydration purpose. Okay. Now, so phase A, phase B, put it on a double boiler. Once both of it is double boiled, that is heated, add your phase A into phase B, use a good blender and blend it well. Okay. Once you have blended it well, let it cool down completely, let it come to room temperature, then add your phase C ingredients. Since I've added that wax here, I have taken a very less percentage of the emulsifier. Okay, so depending on the consistency you want, some people use it in a pump. Okay, in a pump, they give this cream or mask in a pump just to pump, because nowadays people are going too much with the pump product. Why? You don't have to put your hand into the whole product, and if at all your hands are dirty, that's spoiling or putting the germs in that product. So they're trying to make it being more hygienic. So how do you go more in a hygienic perspective? Using a pump. So here this texture might be that way. Okay. Jelly kind of a consistency where it can be used in a bottle. I mean that in a normal container, as well as a pump. But if you want to make it a little more thicker, that is, you want to make it a, ma'am, I don't, it is just like wiggly consistency, basically, because in the pump, you can only put it if it's in that consistency. You want to try to make the texture a little more, I want it to be a little more creamier consistency, then you can just increase your emulsifier from 2 to 3%, basically. So just do a batch, small batch of 50 grams. So you will know how it turns out. Then if you want to adjust the texture, the end texture of it, you can always increase your emulsifier in order to make it a little harder thick, because there are people who will only there are some people who sell this in a 50-gram box. There are some people who sell it in a 15-gram boxes. So people who wants to sell it in a 15-gram boxes can make it a little thicker. So in order, because they will be using a lesser product, or who are giving it in a 50-gram product can use a pump. So however, texture completely depends upon you. However you want to use it, you can use it. So that is one thing you also need to keep in mind. Okay. So I think everything I've finished. Sorry for coming back from the field to here, because I forgot that, and that was something important that I had to tell. So now exfoliating roll-on lip peel. Okay. Phase A we have squalane. Phase A we have squalane 3%, lactic acid 5%, citric acid 1%, polysorbate 80%. Again, like I said, lactic acid do not take more than 5%, and again, lactic acid has to be 70% concentrated. So lactic acid, whenever you buy from your vendors, they will have two concentrations. What are the concentrations? One 50%, one 70%. Here, I prefer to take 70%. Okay, just give me 1 minute. So please make sure you're taking 70% concentrated one. Okay, and citric acid at 1%. So phase here, what you're supposed to do, add citric acid in your lactic acid, dissolve it, because lactic acid are crystals. Okay, sometimes you get fine crystals, sometimes coarse crystals also you get. So please make sure it is dissolved well. Mix it in lactic acid and keep it aside. Add your squalane in polysorbate 80. Mix it well. So once that is done, once your lactic acid is, once your citric acid is dissolved in your lactic acid, that mixture you add it in your squalane and polysorbate mixture. That's it. Understood? Just to emulsify everything together well. We don't want it to get separated. Then, so after you do that, keep it aside. Then phase B ingredients, measure it all in one container. What is that? DM water QS. According to the formula, you can take, because here you have an option to add any other goodness if you want to add. Okay, but the main ingredients here are phase A ingredients only for the lip tint. Okay, phase B, if you want to improvise it, you can improvise it however you want. Okay, sodium gluconate 0.5%. You can swap it with EDTA. Then you have aloe vera hydrosol 15%. AHA fruit acid powder. AHA fruit acid, you get it in powder form, you get it in liquid form also. Just you need to make sure it is water soluble. Okay. If it is going to be oil soluble, then you might just put it into a solubilizer and then you need to add it. Okay. So panthenol 2%, niacinamide 2%, sodium hyaluronate solution 5%, gotukula extract 0.5%, bilberry extract 1%. Bilberry again naturally has alpha arbutin in it. That's why we have taken bilberry. Licorice extract 1%. Propendol 2% for the moisture purpose. Glycerin 3%. Propylene glycol 2%. Xanthan gum 0.2%. See, instead of propylene glycol, you can take ethyl hexyl glycol or pentaglycol and all. Those are all again the forms of other glycols, which can be expensive, but I'm trying to go with the basic ingredients here because the main part of the this lip peel is the exfoliation part, which is the phase A. So I'm not concentrating on this. Here you do get hi-fi ingredients, that is hybrid ingredients, but I've swapped it with normal ingredients because it's not going to do much, because you're going to leave this on your lips only for a small period of time. So using those ingredients is not going to make much differences. Okay, rather it will increase the cost of making. So I have cut down those things and given the simple ingredients. I think this is more than enough. Okay, AHA fruit acid powder, why we have added here, it will also give you other acid forms. It will be the milder version of other acids also. For exfoliation purpose, it will be good. Okay, what other exfoliations it will give? Let's say AHA will be having lactic glycolic. Lactic we are already adding, but still it will have lactic, glycolic, mandelic, tactic, then tantramic. All this will be there. All mixed form, small quantity will be there in the AHA fruit acid. So what it has, either if you're taking powder form or liquid form, water soluble is what you need to take. Okay. Then phase A, once after you have done it, mix it with phase B. Finally, check your pH and add phase C. What is the pH? You have to keep it 3.5 to 4. Between this is what you need to keep. You can put this in a roll-on, that lip roll-on, no? In that tubes you can put it. Weekly twice it can be used. Just apply it, allow it to sit for 15 to 20 minutes. Not more than 20 minutes it can be used. A slight tingling can happen, which is very, very common. Nothing to worry about it. Do not use this after a physical exfoliation. If at all you have physically used and lip scrub, do not use this immediately. You can use this only after a gap of 3 to 4 days. And do not do both of it together. If you're doing physical exfoliation, do not do chemical exfoliation. If you're doing chemical exfoliation, do not do physical exfoliation. Like I've already mentioned, please keep that in mind. Okay, if you do both, you might be spoiling the barrier of your lips. So if you're doing physical exfoliation, don't use lip peel. If you're using lip peel, don't use physical exfoliation. Both of it does the same job, but a chemical exfoliation does 10 times better job than a physical exfoliation. That's the major difference between it. Okay, twice a week at night, a lip exfoliation. Lip peel can be used. Probably like you can use it on a Wednesday and a Sunday, or a Monday or a Saturday, or a Monday and a Thursday. However, just do that way. And whenever you're using every day using a lip balm with sunscreen is really good, but at least whenever you use the lip peel, the next morning you make sure you use a lip balm. See, there are people who use, just because they want to apply their matte lipstick or something, they don't use a lip balm because it doesn't set well. Don't do that mistake. As soon as you get up, as soon as you finish taking your shower, just what you do, apply a lip balm. Allow that lip balm to, you know, get into your, get hydrated, get into your skin, because it will have SPF. It will get settled. So after that, just take a tissue paper if you're going to apply a lipstick and your lipstick will smudge away because of your lip balm. If you have those concerns, after you apply a lip balm, at least 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes you need to allow it to sit on your lips. The lip balm with SPF I'm talking about. That is, first you're layering your lip SPF, and then take what do you call it? A tissue paper, pat it. Excess lip balm or whatever is there on your lips will come into the tissue paper. Then apply your what do you call, lip gloss or your lipsticks or whatever you want to apply. It's, your lips are protected with the SPF. Okay, nowadays we also get lipsticks with SPF. So if you're using one such, well and good. But if not, you have to make sure you first use your lip balm. Always, even if you have noticed any makeup artist, they will always use a lip balm, hydrate their lips. After that, they start their face makeup, the bride's face makeup, and at the end only they'll put the lipstick. Why? Because it will give that time for them. It will give them the time for the lip balm to get absorbed by the lips and settle in their lips. And later they will take again, like I said, they will take a tissue. They will not rub it. Don't rub it off. Just pat it. So all that excess lip balm which is there on your lips will come off, which will not bother your lipstick basically. And then later you can apply your lipstick if you're an office going kind of a person. Okay, but applying lip balm the next morning with SPF is important. Otherwise, when you go out in sun, your lips will be very feeble. It can damage your lips, first thing. So after 15 minutes, just take a cotton pad and wipe it off, a wet cotton towel, and wipe it off. After you wipe it, it is really important to moisturize your lips. So after using your lip peel, if you use your Ceramide Vitamin C lip mask, it is the best combination you can use. What a lip peel, then your Ceramide Vitamin C lip mask, and the next day morning your normal lip balm with an SPF. Three things are the best combination you can give for your lips, for your lip care routine. So is that clear? So have you understood how to do the exfoliating roll on lips? Okay, the lip peel and the mask making video, I will send it in the group separately. Okay, so I mean, I didn't have time to pick up all the ingredients. A few ingredients were not there, so I will send that. I will record the video and it will be sent in the group or in the mail probably. Directly I will send it in the mail. And I think lip balm everybody knows to do, so there is no need of any demonstration for it. These things also you guys know, but still, yeah, I'll just put across a demonstration video for any newcomers. It will be helpful. Yeah, for lip peel, that's what I said. Containers will be a roll-on lips. The lip gloss you get, no? Either the lip gloss one you can use, the one which comes with the wand. The better one is just the roll-on one. So you just fill it, and what you'll do, it's very easy. Take and apply it on your lips. Just roll it on your lips. That's the best one to use. Otherwise, even the lip gloss container comes, you know, that is also okay for your lip peel. That is a container you can use. Okay. Anything else? Any doubts on these things? Any questions you have about these? Let me check my points if I have told everything, if I missed anything, or if I want to say anything. All right. Yeah. Time to keep, like mentioned, 15 to 20 minutes, not more than that. So when you apply the lip peel, slight tingling can be there, which is really common. Not for everybody. For some people might be there. Especially, let's say, if you have cracks in your lips, do not use it. If you have cracks in your lips, do not use a lip peel. Tell your customers this, because you're using lactic acid in it. You're using an acid. They will have that burning sensation. If they have cracked lips, ask them not to use these chemical exfoliations. Let their skin heal. Ask them to use only the lip sleeping mask. Once the lip is healed, then they can use the peel. If at all they have any cracks on their lips or any such things, please do not use the lip peel. Wait for it to heal and then they can use it. So what can you give for the healing thing? You can give the ceramide lip mask. So it will heal their skin. Once it is healed, hydrated, moisturized, then they can use the lip peel. So this is something you need to very specifically mention. Shelf life of your lip peel is going to be 12 months. Okay, maintain the pH between 3.5 to 4. Not less than 3.5, not more than 3.5. Very important to maintain it between 3.5 to 4. What is the best one to keep? 3.8, I will suggest the best pH to keep. If it is 3.5, no problem. If it is at 4, no problem. But again, what will be the best? 3.8, you can keep it. So even after it settles down, after the resting period, if it comes to 3.5 also, it will be stable, good to go. If it will increase a little and go to 4 also, it will be stable, it is good to go. Okay, you cannot do a lip peel without a proper pH meter. It is really important. Like I've told you, your pH strip will not give you the proper what do you call it? The proper way of showing. That is, it will only give you an approximate pH what your product has. So please make sure you buy a pH pen in order to use a lip peel. If you're going to formulate a lip peel, because it has chemical acids in them. Okay, and then what else I need to say? In lip balm, like I was telling, if at all it feels a little thick, that is, if you feel that your lip balm has become a little thick, ma'am, I need a little more gliding texture, just put it into double boiler. Okay, scoop it. See, whenever you're doing lip balm, no, this is one thing I always tell my students. Don't get excited as soon as your lip balm is done to pour into your molds or your containers. Never do that. Okay, once your lip balm is done, allow it to cool down. Okay, once it cools down, check the texture, or probably in one mold or one container you can pour. Check the texture. Is it in the right texture? Okay, is it too hard? Is it too soft? Or is it perfect? It is perfect. Put it on the double boiler. Put it in your mold. Okay. Let's say it is too soft. What happens if you already put it into a container? You need to sit and scoop everything. You would have filled on 10 containers. Then that is one headache. You have to take a spoon and scoop it. And it is a messy job. Okay, messy job. So maintaining good manufacturing practices is also important. It's a messy job, right? Why do you want to do that? Always have patience with anhydrous products. Even your lipsticks for that matter. Even lipsticks, I will never ask my students as soon as it is done to put it in. So any anhydrous product for that matter, whenever it is done, keep it in the same container. Wait for it to cool down completely. Check the texture. Are you happy with the hardness? Are you happy with the creaminess? If you're not happy with the hardness, put it on heat and add more of waxes which can give it a hardness. If it is too hard, put it on heat and add some butter or oil in order to reduce that hardness. And then how much percentage you added, make a note of it. Go to your original formula. Let's assume now whatever formula I have given, okay, let's assume from that only the first one. 1 minute. Let's assume in intense moisturizing lip balm, okay. So in hyaluronic acid lip balm, what happens? My lip balm became a little bit harder. Okay, what do I do? Put it back into double boiler and I will add probably 3%, 3 grams of oil and 2 grams of butter extra total. Depending on the hardness, I will check it. Oh, it was too hard. Let me take 5%. Little hard it is become. I just very minute hardness it is. I need little more, 0.5% of it I need softer. Then 3% of oil, only oil, 3% of oil add. That is 3 grams of oil you add. Put it on heat. Again, wait for it to cool down. Then check it. Oh, I'm happy with the consistency. Put it on heat. Put it into your mold. Done. Okay. So you made a note that you added 3% extra oils. So what you will do? You go to your original formula. Now what I will do in my original formula, what is the hard wax here? That is going to be my candela wax. Next is going to be microcrystalline wax. So either I will reduce 1% of candela wax, okay, or 1% of microcrystalline wax. 1% I will reduce from both of it, or any one of it, 1% I will reduce. Then carbona wax to 1% I will reduce again. Carbona wax 1%. See, if you're adding 3 grams of oil extra, reduce 2 grams of wax or 1 gram of wax in your formula. So next time when you're doing, you don't have to sit and wait. You can just go ahead with the formula. Okay, if you are increasing 3 grams of oil, 1 to 1.5 grams, half of the oil's percentage wax you reduce in your formula and increase the oil percentage. Understood? 3% oil if you're adding extra in your original formula, reduce 1.5% of any waxes and increase 1.5% of oils. And then next time when you do, you will get it right. If you are adding 5% of extra oil and butter, in that case, reduce 2.5% of waxes and increase 2.5% of oil in your formula. So next time when you do, you will get it right. Understood? The same applies if your lip balms are softer. So if your lip balms are softer, you need more of that hardness in them. Ma'am, it is too soft. As soon as I press it goes in that case, you will do the opposite way. How opposite way? Increase the wax percentage, decrease the oil percentage. So wax, don't increase it. See, oils you can start increasing from 3% up to 10%. Waxes, if you're increasing, increase it from 0.5% to 2%. So a very small percentage of wax you add. Don't add 1%. It will become harder then. Then again, you'll add oil to make it softer. So starting, if you're going to add wax, start with a smaller percentage. Okay, clear with that? I think that I have cleared. Anything else? Any questions, any doubts? No, right? I think it's fine. Vendor details, I will say peptides, the gold peptide and all. I will send you the vendor detail. You can just buy from them. Okay, so like said, 2 videos I will be sending, the mask video and the peel video. Lip balm, I think you guys can do it yourself. That's not a task. So those 2 videos, probably tomorrow I will send it in the group. I will do it today and then I will send the video tomorrow. Otherwise, it will be sent in the mail, however. Okay, clear, right? So I've made this clear. Okay. So thank you so much. If you have any doubts while you're doing, get back to me. Especially the chemical lip peel, please do not increase the percentage of the lactic acid or citric acid. Maintain a proper pH. Lactic acids, lactic acids in general, the pH is 2.4 or 2.3 basically. It's a low pH one. So if you don't properly adjust the pH, it can go low. If it goes low, it can be too acidic for your lips. So please make sure, allow your product to rest for 6 hours and recheck your pH of your lip peel, especially. I'm talking about any chemical peels or any product for that matter where you're adding acids. I always say, allow your product to rest. Don't be in a hurry to pack them up. Okay, once your product is ready, put a film and keep it aside. Put an aluminum foil, keep it aside. Let it sit for 6 hours. Recheck your pH because the ingredients what you have added will take time to settle. Okay, as soon as bell rings, how kids rush into, during this college time, you'll be seeing they want to interchange classes and go, no, it will take some time for them all to settle this. By the end of second bell only they will settle. You will go check as soon as first bell rings, you go check, nobody will be there, you will say, ah, chalo, fine, this class is done, and go. Don't do that. Although you're checking the pH when you're doing the product, please recheck the pH of your product. This is called stability. You will know the stability of the product. Sometimes people, what they will do, they will check the pH when they do it. Later they'll pack it and send it. They'll get back to me after 1 month telling, ma'am, my emulsion is lost. You know why? Because the pH would have dropped after 6 hours, after the resting period, after they have settled well, comfortably, the pH would have dropped. So they wouldn't have noticed that. They would have just given the cream to the customer. See, formula is right. pH controlling is not in my hands. You are supposed to do that. That's your work, R&D. I've done the R&D. You have to put it across in making sure the end stabilization has to be done in the pH only. So if you don't do that, there are chances after 2-3 months you'll have the stability issues. So please make sure to check, especially any products with acids. I will always recommend you to recheck it twice. That is, check your pH compulsorily after 6 hours before you pack them, and then only give your product. If at all there is any ups and downs in your pH, that point of time, correct, add citric acid or solutions just to increase or decrease your pH, and then you can give it. Okay. If we wish to add new ingredients, say ceramide in balm, etc., what should we substitute? Only oil? Yes, oil or butter is what you will substitute. Yes, if it is an oil-based product, basically. Ceramides basically are water-soluble ingredients. You don't get oil-soluble. Probably if you're talking about coenzyme, you can add coenzyme 1% maximum in lip balms. Do not add more than that, and you will be substituting it with oil only, not anything else. So even if you're going to add extracts, you will be substituting them with oils only. Okay. Any other questions? It will not harden the balm. You're not going to substitute one, more than 10% or not, hardly 1 or 2%. So it's not going to harden the balm or make a big difference until and unless it's a huge percentage of oil that you're going to substitute. And let's say, for example, coenzyme is just a powder. It will get dissolved in your oil. So it's not going to make huge difference. Second thing, let's say you are taking any oil-soluble extracts. Oil-soluble extracts are going to be in oil form only. So you're just replacing a different oil that part. So it's not going to alter the texture and all. So you don't have to worry that it might harden the balm or something. It's going to be fine. Any other questions or doubts? So please give clear instructions to your customers. If you're selling the lip peel, not to use a chemical exfoliant, not to use a physical exfoliant. If at all they have recently used a physical exfoliant, not to use the lip peel immediately. Let them give a gap of at least 3 to 4 days, and then they can use it. Okay, because if they're using immediately, it can again spoil the the outer layer of their lips. So barrier, the lip barrier. So please make sure these things you tell whenever you're giving your lip peel. So only twice a week they can use. Let it be on the lips for 15 to 20 minutes. Slight tingling will be there, which is really very, very common. Not to worry about it. But if at all it pursues, if they feel it is too much, if they have a burning sensation will happen only if they have cracks or any cuts on their lips. So also mention, if they have cracks or cuts on their lips, not to use the chemical, not to use the peel until it is healed properly. Okay, so these are the only instructions you might have to give to your customers, or for yourself you need to understand whenever you're going to use it. So thank you. If you have any questions, whenever you're going to do this, just get back to me. The group is always open for questions. Okay. So thank you everyone. Bye-bye. Have a good day. So you can expect the video and the video to be sent probably by tomorrow. Okay. So thank you all. Have a good day. Bye.